So we're kind of freeballing.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is it, though.
Oh, we're going.
If you think so.
Cool, yeah, that sounds good, man.
I'm Jack Gaddis.
I'm Andrew Robeson.
And this is a podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we're running the podcast. How have you been, Jack?
Good.
Awesome. I don't know the last time I saw you. It was probably like 3 years ago.
It might have been. Was it the beach?
Yeah. Oh, I do remember the beach. That was fun.
I wouldn't blame you if you didn't remember that. It was late at night.
Yeah, that was fun, though.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And then I think we met off, like, post something, probably. Probably the story. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for reaching out to be on this. You don't know how much it means to me.
Yeah, of course.
I love to do these. You have no idea how much fun it is. I get to go places. I get to talk to people. Like, I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, I saw your podcast with Zach Perry, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I was like...
Except the audio was just screwed up on that one, wasn't it?
It works, you know. Hopefully the audio will be good on this one, so we're all good.
It should be. Although, look, that's not
Yeah,
ideal.
it works.
Yeah.
It works, man. It's fine.
Not ideal.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Well, what are you doing in Raleigh now?
Waiting to start back at community college in the spring.
Okay, sick. There you go.
How come you're in Charlotte?
Let's see. I just got back traveling and gonna go to UT Austin in August. So I just have this whole year from being in the military off. Just gonna travel and live my life. Pretty good.
Even though we don't have it, I feel like because we don't have it, I shouldn't mention it, but too bad I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You wrote out so much, so fast.
Yeah.
I read through it once. Wow. Thought to myself, read through it again, and then later in the night I'm reading it to my roommates and such, like, can you believe this? Some of it's nuts.
Yeah.
How do you go so many places?
Good question. Once I got out of the Air Force, I was like, I really just wanted to do something, right? I didn't want to just go home and work. Like, that was boring. So I was like, let me do what I've always wanted to do for my whole life and just travel. So I just booked the cheapest flight I could from the U.S. to Europe, and then went from there. Had a little itinerary of, like, I kind of wanted to go to Egypt and Jordan, and then Southeast Asia would be cool, and then just made it happen. Yeah, you can just find, like, the cheapest flights so easy. Just go on Google Flights. You don't even need to click a date. You can do one way or round trip, and you find $100, $75.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Overseas?
Yeah. And even here, like, you can go to Miami on Friday for like $60.
Wow.
Round trip, and that's insane. Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities, which is good.
I said to myself, if it weren't for my grandmother being the last guest, you would take the prize for most traveled.
Yeah, I saw your grandma's as well. That was cool. That was a good podcast, yeah. I want to do that with my dad. That'd be fun. Hell yeah, sounds good. What was the coolest thing you learned
from my grandmother?
Yeah.
Well, that was just 30 minutes. Now, that's the only 30 minutes that I've ever taped before.
Really?
Well, of course. When do you ever film yourself talking to your grandmother?
Yeah, I thought you meant in general, and I was like, what? But yeah.
I try to see her as much as I can, and I've dropped the ball recently, but usually it's every Sunday. I'm kind of outing myself. But it came together where it's like, well, I got to see Mimi. I also really want to film a podcast.
Yeah.
And she's awesome.
Yeah, she's a
down
cool lady
for
for sure.
Oh my God, you have no
she's
idea.
awesome.
I have this plate in my room from I think it's a real license plate. LWVNC, League of Women Voters, North Carolina. She was like the head of it.
Whoa, back in the day?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's crazy about her is that her husband is dead.
Yeah.
So she's alone in the house.
Yeah.
Beast.
Unfortunate. Yeah, facts.
Which is
beast.
weird to say, but beast.
Yeah, she's getting it done, you know? That's a good thing. Good stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, I see her and I speak to her, and she's great, always, but then you put the camera on, and it's like an added layer, it's fun.
Yeah, facts. It kind of changes things a bit, but it's like, still the same conversation.
So then there's you and I don't know if you and I would see one another if it weren't for these cameras and the mics. I would hope so, and it's pointless to think, because who can say?
Yeah, right. I'd try to see you in like a Walmart at some point and be like, oh my God, Jack.
Or not, or you know, you never know.
Yeah,
Maybe get lunch or something, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Exactly. Well, where have you traveled before that you enjoyed?
Only time I've ever been out of the country, I was 13. I went to London, England, with family, and I don't remember it too much.
Yeah.
That's the thing about memories is the specifics will fade, but the feeling stays.
Yeah, right. The feeling that you had over there.
Which is like, wow.
Yeah, right.
Like a movie.
Exactly. It's just everything's so different, and it's like you really make yourself uncomfortable, and I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
right?
culture shock.
Exactly.
In
And
a
you have
sociological sense.
Right. You have to figure out how to like survive, I guess, when you're like by yourself. You have to be like, where am I gonna sleep tonight, or how am I gonna eat? And then you have to go out and do it. You know. You don't just go in the fridge.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love my fridge.
Yeah, fridges are great.
Yeah.
Fridges are great.
Or sometimes DoorDash.
Yeah, facts. Feel a little lazy, gotta hit the DoorDash.
Yeah, I'm exposing myself here. I don't see grandma enough, and I DoorDash too often.
That's fine. DoorDash to your grandma's and then go over there and you'll have a good time. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. But London was really cool.
Oh,
do
yeah.
you remember like the subway? Did you go on the
Yeah,
subway?
the underground. Ugh.
That's sick, right? It's like I wish we had that here. We have a light rail that goes like 12 stops.
Which I
At
just
least
rode
it's
for the
free,
first time
basically.
2 weeks ago. I had never even been on it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I love the light rail.
It was awesome.
Yeah. But imagine we had a light rail from the airport to South Park. That'd be huge.
That was reliable.
Yeah. Right.
And like everyone used.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's
People
like,
might even like pay for it.
Yeah.
No one pays for the light rail.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh man, good stuff. Well, where do you want to go? Where's a place
If
you
I
wanna
could go
travel to?
anywhere right now, I would want to go. Good question. Great question. I'm very content with America,
Yeah.
but that's not an answer.
Or maybe somewhere in America.
I think I'd want to go to like Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Maybe India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good two places that are completely different from the U.S. You'd get a lot out of it, for sure.
What was the Air Force like?
Air Force was good. Yeah, it's just like a routine every day. You'll have bad days, but you'll also have like really good days. So I just sat in a classroom from like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. with my Arabic teachers. I had one from Sudan, one from Lebanon, one from Syria, and they would just teach us, starting from the bottom, you know, Aleph, by like all the alphabet, and then getting into sayings like Alhamdulillah, Mashallah, like all that type of stuff.
So you don't know Arabic?
I do.
You,
I'm fluent.
I thought you were a translator.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I was wondering if I read it right.
Yeah, so I listened, like I had a headset on and I listened to people speaking Arabic, and then I had to translate it into
I see.
English.
I see.
Yeah, and most of the time it was just nothing. It was just people talking about shawarma or like their kids, you know. And then once in a while they'd say something important, like they'd have like a bomb in their garage or something. You'd be like, oh shit, there's something important. And then you tell your commander, and then you never know what happens, right? They could have bombed that garage and I'd have no idea.
You just translate.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So how do you find the door to the Air Force? Like what is it like going into the Air Force? Like what? I mean, I have a good friend that I'm gonna go say farewell to in about 2 weeks because he's going to the Marines.
Nice.
And I feel like every man has at least once in their life thought about the military.
Yeah.
I know I have had, and I probably will again.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
The process of joining, I kind of joined because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. You know, I was just sitting there, and it's like, well, I need somewhere to make money. And so I was just like, yeah, Air Force would be cool. I looked into the jobs, and I'm fluent in Spanish, so I was like, might as well learn another
You're
language.
trilingual.
Yeah, yeah.
You learned Arabic for the Air Force.
Yeah, for the Air Force.
That's no joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in, they give you this list of like all, you know, hundreds of jobs. You could be a cook if you want, right? Which is crazy, you have cooks in the Air Force.
It's like a whole separate country, the military.
Yeah. You have people who do laundry. That's their job. They wear the uniform and they do laundry. In the
Wow.
Air Force. It's so funny. But they still serve, so good for them. But, yeah, so I looked at all the jobs and I was like, Arabic translator, or really just translator, that'd be sick. And then luckily I got Arabic, which is the one I wanted. And then did the stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was stationed in Monterey, California, which is like the most beautiful place in the world. It's under San Francisco. You have like the biggest aquarium in the U.S., I think. It was really cool, and just Pebble Beach is there, the golf course. All this mountain biking. You go up to San Francisco. You can go down to L.A. You can go to Yosemite. You can go to Lake Tahoe, Sacramento. It's amazing. There's so much.
Well, how do you pick up a language that?
In like a year. So it's like every single day, Monday through Friday, for an entire year. You have all these teachers who literally, you know, that's their home language, right? From Sudan and from Iraq and Lebanon and everything. So they just teach you from day one. There's this whole like book.
The Air Force taught you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the Air Force contracts these people that are from these countries to go to this schoolhouse in Monterey, California. So they have a schoolhouse for Chinese and for Korean and for Arabic and for even Spanish and Pashto.
With the whole well, maybe not the entire, but I would assume majority purpose of training.
Yeah. For that training base, only languages.
Well,
Yeah, it's the only base in the U.S. Yeah, for English that are going to different languages. So I was on a base with like Marines and Navy and Army and Coast Guard. So I got to meet all them, and they were, I had two Marine guys were in the same class as me learning Arabic, and one Navy guy. Great time.
this is the closest to the military that I've ever been.
Yeah, there you go.
Before this, I would have said it was VMI, Virginia Military Institute.
Yeah.
They snuck me in. I slept in the barracks.
No way. That's where my dad went to the Citadel, which is like the same thing.
Yeah, I want to visit the Citadel because I got lucky enough to visit on a homecoming weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it
At
was
VMI?
Yeah,
That's sick.
it was crazy. You would have no idea. Like, I mean, people that don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a pretty big shock, you know, for everyone still speaking English and me just being in Virginia 5 hours away. It was, oh my God.
Yeah, that's
The
sick.
routine, the freshmen are rats.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to do a lot of like hazing.
They were calling me sir, and I was like, I had a red VeggieTale shirt on. I was like,
Oh my God, don't call me sir.
yeah, please.
That's funny. But yeah, all those people, like, you can go to college at NC State and then go in the military and be like an officer. There's 2 levels. There's officer and enlisted. So I always had to say yes sir and everything to the officers just because they went to college. And then they joined the military for like 10-year contracts, which is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So you got in and got out. That's another big thing we got to touch on. These contracts are long.
Yeah.
And what happens if you're on year 5 and you say, I don't want this anymore?
Well, it's like 4-year contracts, sometimes 3 and 2. It's complicated. But like once you finish that 2 years, then you can be like, okay, I want to do 4 more. I want to do 2 more. Or I can be like, I'm out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what if mid-contract you got to get out?
Yeah, you're screwed.
You
You got to stay in for sure.
But
Unless
they can't. You can't.
That's a contract, dude. It's like with the government. So
what, you go to jail?
no. What would happen? I don't know.
Because
They
it's so
should be pissed
prestigious.
at you.
Yeah, it's so prestigious that like you.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
like,
can't. They can't hold you.
Well, if I said one day I don't want to do my job, first they'd probably laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Like.
And then
Go
maybe they
fuck
try to
yourself.
help you, but there's no way they just let you go. There's no way they're just like, okay, have fun.
There's probably a lot of paperwork and stages
Oh,
that
yeah,
they force you
exactly.
through, and throughout the entire time they probably hate you.
Yeah, right. And there's different types of discharges too. So if you do something really bad, you can like dishonorable.
I would imagine breaking a contract is dishonorable.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah. But I'm glad I did it. I mean, best decision I ever made, and the best day of my life was getting out. So.
2-year contract?
Yeah. That's all I had to do, and then.
The best day of your life was getting out.
Yeah, dude. It's just so freeing.
How soon did you get out? How soon from getting out did you jump on a plane?
I think a month. Yeah. I came back home. Went to UNCW. I visited my friends. Went to Chicago. Just traveled a lot.
Oh, so you were, forget international. You were all over the country before you
Yeah,
decided
exactly.
to go.
Yeah,
I
a few
took a
places.
trip 2 summers. No, last summer. Man, time moves weird.
Yeah, time does move.
I thought I was going to make it in New York City, but it was kind of half.
Oh, you moved to New York City.
Yeah, and I guess I've been telling this story periodically, and I never have been able to conclude it with like anything that I think is worthwhile. But I think now I might have a conclusion, and the conclusion is if you're going to do something, you go all the way.
Yeah, you have to commit.
Yeah, because I was about halfway. This half, I'm going to live there forever and make this work. This half, I'm just visiting.
Yeah.
How can I be both halves at once?
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, it's good to take different perspectives into certain things, but like if you're going to do something like that, like these are contradicting halves.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I jump on a plane, and
You take all your stuff and like get an apartment, or?
I took camera equipment and
Oh, nice.
a couple of these outfits.
Yeah.
That's all I
Couple
had.
suits.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. And then what happened?
2.5, 3 weeks later, it was one afternoon. I still had a couple of days left that I had paid for at I stayed at 2 different places, and I was on the street near, I don't know what street it was, Midtown Manhattan,
Yeah.
super busy, and I was just like, I got on a plane and went home.
Wow. It's just too much.
Which
There's
is
a lot going on.
crazy that I am saying that, because I love New York City, and when people say it's too much going on there for me, it blows my mind, because I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it really was that made me back out.
I don't know. Well, you
Combination
can
of
always
factors.
go back
Yeah,
at some point. Where
New
would you love to live if it's anywhere?
York City.
Yeah.
I'd like
that's
to be
the
a
place.
teacher.
A teacher?
Yeah.
Nice. Of what grade?
Pre-calculus, juniors and seniors in high school.
Sick. Wow. Make it happen. Make it happen. You can totally do that. I know you'd be wearing the best suits to class every day.
I think I would dress nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Or not.
You're gonna get to that goal. What are you gonna do?
School. No way around it.
Yep.
They won't hire you without it.
Right, of course. Yeah. There was some people I knew that I met in Vietnam and Thailand that taught English in Vietnam and Thailand. I think that'd be a cool opportunity. Because you don't need a bachelor's degree or anything. So
Just like, what's up, I'm American.
basically, I mean, you have to tell them before. But yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
Vietnam is another place that I might want to go.
Yeah. Dude.
I mean, I would want to go everywhere.
Exactly.
What kind of person have you met that's like, yeah, I'm chill here?
I've met a few, but those are the people that just like are comfortable with who they are and what they're doing, which is totally fine, right?
Yeah, but if you handed them a ticket, they'd go.
Maybe.
It'd blow my mind if they didn't.
Yeah, true. I'd hope they went. I definitely hope they went. But some people are just happy, which is okay. I wish everyone got the like experience to go somewhere, have no idea where you are, what even the language is, and have to just survive. Like have to make it work.
Yeah.
I think it's good. And Vietnam's crazy too because there's communist flags everywhere. There's and like the places you stay in hostels, right?
Which I've never stayed in one.
Yeah,
Always
it's like
wanted to.
6 to sometimes there's like 20 beds in one room.
Whoa.
With all these other people. Yeah, I had one place where the mattresses were just on the ground. You know, we're all just next to each other.
Whoa.
And they're like $1 or $2 a night because it's so cheap. And then food is maybe like 50 cents. Yeah, and I'd say alcohol is like 20 to 40 cents.
So you were drinking when you were traveling?
Yeah. It was fun. It's kind of like extremely party oriented, I'd say, because everyone's like, I'd say maybe 5% of people I met were American, and I'd say 20% were British, and then 20% German, and there's Dutch and French, Spanish, Portuguese, everything. You get everything.
The French
Israelis
the
too.
French are something else.
Yeah. French people are fun though.
I know. They have this certain air to them that I've never been able to get a hold of.
Yeah, right.
It's like, why are they like this?
Exactly. But that was cool because you can get to meet all these different cultures of like Western cultures, you know, like English people and French people and Germans, and then also get to learn about like the Vietnamese people and their cuisine and what they do day to day. And it's crazy because it's so poor, but everyone is so happy. Like I went on this 4-day motorbike trek in the like northern part near China, and I just brought like one backpack and you just go, and you see all these kids and they have to walk maybe 3 miles uphill to go to school, like straight up. They're just with their little backpacks in their groups and they're all just smiling and waving at you, and you're like, wow, like these kids have it so hard. And you look at their houses and it's literally just like a sheet of metal and then 2 concrete, and then that's their entire house. And they just grow corn for a living, and they're just so happy, and they high five you, and like it's so sweet.
Yeah, and
but it really gives you perspective.
Yeah.
On how blessed we are in
with
America
our feet,
and be
inches,
ourselves.
iPhones, and
yeah,
we don't even think about it. We see it, but
Exactly.
going there is something else.
Exactly.
And even you telling me, I wouldn't be able to get there without going.
Until you see those kids' faces. Yeah, 100%. And it's like that all over the world. Like we are extremely, extremely blessed. So I hope that the people going to travel will bring awareness to it, and then hopefully we can do something about it. Right? Like support these businesses, grow businesses.
I hope that it. I was a big fan of Starlink. Are you familiar?
Yeah, Starlink's great.
Well, you know, now it's like actually here. I
Yeah.
remember 7 years ago, I would go around talking about it. Like this is a step towards. I think a system like Starlink. Are you really familiar?
Yeah.
So if we can bring.
My mom has one.
Yeah,
So.
if we can take it, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
She used it on her RV. She like set it up at a random campsite, and then it works.
There you go.
It's insane.
Well, these places that you hike, like now they probably have internet, but if you want to go even more extreme to places that don't, I don't know exactly how to begin this, but if you bring the people that need internet, I guess eventually the people around, it's hard because how do you bring what we have to them? Like, how do you see this happening? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, Starlink would be a big thing because then they could get on the internet because I mean there's some parts where they don't even have like power lines at all. There's literally no electricity.
That's what I'm saying.
In entire towns. It's insane. I mean, that would be a plus is if you gave them like a Starlink type thing so they could start commerce online. I feel like
Well, yeah,
able to increase profits.
yeah. In my mind, it'd be beneficial for people that aren't connected to become connected, because I know that it's not the same when you see them on a Zoom call, so to say.
Yeah, of course.
But at least it's better than like not seeing them at all.
Yeah.
And we've come. I mean, and we know they're there and all, and there people come and go with cameras, but it's. I think Starlink is a step in the right direction.
100%. I think it's a lot about education as well. If we bring education to these small Vietnamese villages, then they'll know something else and they'll be able to change something. I feel like education is like the most important thing you can give someone for them to be able to succeed. Because if they know what's going on, then they can do something about it, make a change.
You are out to go to Austin.
Yeah, next weekend. Next weekend, to visit, and then in August to go.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bro. Should be fun. I'm excited. And then I wanna take my trip and everything I learned and bring it to school. Do international business. Get my bachelor's in a year. Yeah, and then move to Spain and Morocco. That's what I want to do.
For
international business, I want to trade things between those two countries.
Is that where you see yourself opening? I know on the sheet it mentioned.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas. I feel like also what I want to do, I do that for a few years, maybe 5, right? Make some money, and then move back to the U.S. and build a rehab, inpatient facility, in downtown, because Charlotte's dealing with so much, drug epidemic and everything, especially opiates, and I want to use psychedelics to help rehab people.
You think that would work?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something in your brain. Opiates affects a part of your brain over here that it basically makes you addicted. That's what a lot of substances, even alcohol, right? People can get addicted to alcohol, nicotine, everything.
But you can get addicted to psychedelics.
Yeah, but not really.
But
not really shrooms.
In the same sense that you can get addicted to a nice cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Right. It's like a habit thing at that point. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's
a very
different.
Interesting conversation.
It's different. It's like microdosing.
Right.
And it affects the shrooms or the psychedelics affects the same part of the brain that the opiates does, but it kind of counteracts it. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this from personal experience or?
No. But I've done a lot of research. I have a friend that I met in Vietnam who's from Germany, and he wrote his final thesis on psychedelics and helping people suffering with opiate addiction, and I've been talking to him a ton, and I want to open this place with him.
It certainly is valuable for anyone that hasn't tripped, for lack of a better word. What I always say is it's you feel like your brain's a bit microwaved after you take it, but it's all about the journey back from microwave to. That's the thing.
You gain
normal.
Yeah,
you're like, wait, what am I? Because this, you might be like, wow, this is really strong. I just wish I didn't take this, and I want to be back to normal again.
Yeah.
But then as you're on your way there, you're like, where am I even headed back to? And you're kind of given this opportunity to see yourself from that third person.
Exactly, and it makes you a better person, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, all drugs have benefits and negatives, right? Weed has benefits and negatives.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, definitely a lot
Weed
of
is my the bane of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah, because that it's not necessarily addictive, but it's like a habit. Once
certainly
you do
is
it every day.
It certainly is addictive.
It's like if I smoke to get to sleep every night, then I have to smoke to get to sleep.
It's strong nowadays.
Yeah, facts.
It really is strong.
Yeah. But yeah, I think psychedelics are a great thing, and obviously it's not for everything. Or it's not for everyone.
Of course.
Nothing is for everyone.
Of course.
But at least in my
experience. And you wouldn't, how do you see this center working? Because you wouldn't just hand everyone that walked in a pill.
Yeah. I'd have professionals working with me that you'd have a consultation, right? You'd basically get an interview on someone's life.
Now, is it an all accepted and
No, it depends on your condition, right? So let's say, I don't really want to give examples because I don't really know. But, you'd go into these people and you talk to them about their life, how their addiction has affected them and everything. And then if these trained professionals who know what they're doing are like, okay, we should give this person this many, microdoses every week, or once now and then once here, and that's how it worked. You definitely need to talk. You can't just like, here, everybody take pills of shrooms. Right?
Yeah, it's good that
Yeah.
I'm not one of these professionals because I just want to be like, here, take 500 micrograms of acid, and then you're good. I just give them one heavy dose.
Oh god.
I never microed, but that's why I'm not one of those doctors.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But I think it's a good, like what it helped me to do is like accept everyone, I feel like. Because you see everyone on earth as an individual and as their own person with their own consciousness and can do whatever.
Lately, I have adapted that mindset in the scope of relationships, romantically.
Yeah. Right.
I would say that it's cruel to box someone into the role of your girlfriend or a girl that you like or love.
Yeah, of course.
Because they are a person. They're a person. And that's what, I mean, a lot of young people, I think, make that mistake. Like, how does this person fit into my life?
Exactly.
Well, how do you fit into theirs?
Exactly. But none of us think about that.
It's hard to
everyone's
because,
their own
yeah,
person. It's
all
crazy.
we are is us.
Yeah, I think 8 billion people in this world and we're just 2. Like, isn't that insane?
Yes.
It's crazy. And they can all think for themselves and all, have their own consciousness. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that I never even thought about that. Yeah, when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to think like, how do I fit into their life?
Right, and I
That's
found
huge.
it interesting to describe that practice of not seeing the bigger picture as cruel to the other person.
Yeah.
Because like I think you'd agree, like you never want to be me. Like I never want to be
Yeah,
me.
I don't want to be. Yeah, right. Exactly.
So it's like when you phrase it like that, you're like, whoa. Like
yeah, you just have to take a step back and
like
realize
now
that
you
there's
gotta
more
yeah.
than
Like
just me.
what am I to them?
Exactly. Yeah, I think there's a lot that can be learned between people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So if you were, you'd want to do teaching in New York. That's what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope that works out.
We'll
That'd
see.
be awesome. Yeah, New York is really cool.
I love it so much. Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many like little places you can go and everything. So sick.
I'm one of those people that's like America's the center of the world and New York's the center of America. So why
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to be there?
Fair point. Fair point. And then what interests you about India and Hong Kong?
Well, I like how clean they are in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And
Hong Kong
I
and Singapore. for
love
sure.
the lights and how close they build to one another. And I think you're going to get shocked anywhere you go if it's that far away.
Yeah.
But I would like my shock to have hints of like everyone is polite and
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Everywhere that I went, I didn't feel unsafe like a single time.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
Well, then again, we are men.
Right. That is very true.
And in India, I love to ride my bicycle. I used to ride motorcycles, but
Yeah.
now all I got is my pedals, and boy, do I love them. I whip that thing.
You used to have a motorcycle too?
I've had 6.
What? That's sick.
Yes.
I love motorcycles.
Yeah.
Whenever I was traveling, you'd rent one for a day for like $1.50.
Yeah.
For the entire day.
I had some American bikes.
Yeah, yeah.
We're talking like 4 cylinders,
Nice.
180 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, my bicycle, I love it. I weave through traffic and I abide no laws.
Right.
Because I've been riding a bike since I was very young, and I'm very tuned in. I'm always riding locked in. Like, India, they don't really have street laws. And
or
it's,
streets.
yeah, that's what I'm
Just
saying. They kind of just everyone looks out for each other, and it creates this beautiful system if you look at an aerial view.
Yeah.
Where it's like their blood in a vein, and I feel like there are some streets